This is the last episode of the low-tech Mega virtual movie behind-the-scenes tutorial. The last step in our closing shot makes use of the pre-composite of the figure in the subway car with the animated door rendered at 4K. Here it is here, and you can see that we have a 4K rendering of the entire subway completely surrounded by green. It is 3840 by 2160. It's an Apple ProRes 422, plenty of color space to make a color key pull, 16-bit, so it's good. Next, we have our background, which is public domain because you can go to the NASA website and download these 4K beautiful images of the Earth taken from satellites. And they're public domain because our tax dollars paid for the moon mission. So we've got two essentially 4K size images here. And the advantage to that is that when we go to our composition settings, we'll make a new composition. We are going to shoot at 1920 by 1080. As far as the frame rate, let's take a look at our pre-comp here. This was shot at 30 frames per second, so we'll make our composition the same. With the pull down right there. And the duration, I'm going to make it 480. So the first thing we'll drag down into the timeline is the background, just so we can examine that. So you see the Earth, we've got a lot of continents over here. If I drag it down to a timeline that's based on high definition, you'll see that we've punched in quite a bit, right? So if I take this and move it back to like 12.5, you can see that this is the actual size of the image. This looks like that. And so it's this much beyond the border. So since we want to make full use of that, we're going to go to the scale and just back that down till it fills the 1920 by 1080 frame, like that. And then we'll put this back to fit. And now we're ready to add our pre-comp. Now, when we drag our pre-comp on top here, you see it's quite large. And but that's good because we're going to start that way. But the first thing we'll need to do is make a key out of it. So we're going to go to the transform and just scale that down so that we see the entire image here. And as before, we'll just go to Effect, Keying, and our old favorite key light. We've done this so many times before. Bang, bang. And I think if we go to Screen Mat, it's going to be absolutely perfect from the get-go. Just to be sure, we're going to make sure that the black is very black and the white is very white. But the beauty of keying onto a CGI figure, it's going to be good. So you can see now it's just floating above the Earth there, and it's perfect. So let's go and find our first position by just scaling it up. We got pretty close. So you want to be mysterious, so we don't want to reveal where the character is. We just want to see that he's shocked when he comes out of the bus. So let's see how far the motion happens. He opens the door. We're working at half resolution. I may actually work at a third to speed this up. And then he pulls down. So I think within that, we're going to start the move right when he reveals the shot. So he opens it up, and there's the shock point. So along with position and scale, we're going to hit the keyframe stopwatches there. We have the two keyframes. And now let's just take it to the point where we want to go backward. So we start about, I think 400 would be good. So at this point, we'll change something. We'll make the scale very, very small. And as it's going down, we'll also change the up and down positions so that our final keyframe will be off screen. So there's the move. We're getting him out of the way in time for the book, but we're not going to put the book in. So at this point, it's really good to go to the graph here, because right now this is a very linear move. It's just like equal increments all the way. So what we're going to want to do is highlight all those keyframes like so. And then we're going to choose the, we can choose the ease in, ease out. You can see we've got this long section. If we run it, which I think we can, this low render speed. Yeah, so that that's good. We don't need the sound there, of course. But to make this a little bit more dramatic, what we can also do is push in on the Earth very slightly. He's going backward. If we go to the Earth, and I'm going to turn off the eyeball on him. If we go to the Earth, and at the very beginning, we can start this anywhere, we'll animate the scale and have the Earth just blow up ever so slightly, like that. And then it becomes a multi-layer thing where I'm going backward and the Earth is slightly enlarging. See if I can just play that. And there you have it. So you now have the tools to make a movie with a camera, a green screen, some lights, along with a computer that can run Unreal and After Effects. No live tracking, no real perspective change, but 2.5D moves that can be used to tell your story. So I hope you have fun making your low-budget, no-tech movie. The next step is to move on to live camera tracking. And to learn more, read our new book, Virtual Production Essential Elements on a Budget, to explore LED walls, MOSIS tracking, jet set, and more. Available now on Amazon. Thanks for watching.